Hey, my lovelies. Welcome to my channel. So thank you guys so much for tuning into the vibration, right? The energy vibration. This is the vibration for the weekend, which leads me into my disclaimer, right? These messages are not for everyone, and access is going to be granted to you based on your belief system and your inner knowing, all right? Which leads me into letting you know that energy is fluid. So I can say that this is your energy, but it feels more like the energy that you're interacting with. So you want to go ahead and apply the energy where you see fit, okay? Not to mention that these are timeless messages. Whenever you click on this video, if the message resonates and vibrates, you want to go ahead and take what you need, leave what you don't. Shelf what you don't understand in case you need to circle on back for some understanding, inspiration, motivation, or maybe even some confirmation. And last but not least, you are your own guru, which means, my love, you have the power to change your experience whenever you see so fit, all right? So I pulled the cards for the weekend, right? But just to let you know, we have the main energy of the weekend for today, Scorpio season, November 4th, November 5th, and November 6th. The common denominator for the weekend as we're moving throughout the energy is the arrow of passivity, right? So you can find people being very passive aggressive within this energy, or you can also find that people are more laid back, like they're not taking such an aggressive approach to things, okay? Now, Mars is in retrograde, my fellow Scorpions, so that can definitely affect you, especially depending on where that placement is in your chart. So you do need to take that into consideration also, right? So the sun is in Scorpio for the weekend. And the sun is in Scorpio actually until November 21st, right? The moon is going to be in Pisces for the better half of the day today, Friday. And then it's going to be transitioning on over to Aries and be positioned in Aries for the rest of the weekend, right? So you have Piscean energy. That's that great awakening, coming into your epiphanies about your spiritual enlightenment and, getting a greater understanding of what life is about. But that is also the house of illusions, okay? So you do want to be mindful of that because there can be a lot of illusions, maybe not seeing things for what they really are. And then with the Aries energy coming in and Mars in retrograde, you can also react to things a little bit more aggressively than normal, okay? Or you can even find with Mars being in retrograde, people can be a little bit more passive in their response to things than normal. So be mindful of those Aries that are passive, right? Because you can find with retrograde, they can be a little bit more aggressive. And the ones that are more aggressive, you can find maybe in retrograde, they're a little bit more passive, okay? So let's see what the weekend message is, right? So along with passive energy this weekend, we do have showing up in the date the arrow of the inquirer. That's going to be for today, Friday, and also Sunday. You got that energy. So ask questions today and ask questions on Sunday pertaining to anything that's bring to your attention that may need money, may need resolution. So whatever situations come up between today, especially today, Friday, and Sunday, you definitely want to go ahead and ask questions, all right? And then for Friday, you also have poor memory, and Saturday, poor memory. People just going to be forgetting what they promised and stuff, okay? All right, so conjuring is the overall energy that you're having this weekend, and this is about legacy. I feel like this is definitely within the Scorpion energy because this is about your heart desires with Scorpio's energy. Getting to the depths of things, okay? Getting past the surface shit and really dealing with the depths of things is what's going to be happening in Scorpio season. Now, Mars is going to be in retrograde for all of Scorpio season, so that's a lot of introspective work, okay? Now, Mars rules passion, protection, but it also rules war and aggression, okay? So be mindful of those things as you're moving throughout this energy for Scorpio season. But this weekend, pay attention to your legacies. What are you speaking forth? Are you speaking life? Or are you speaking death into your situations? Is something that you need to be mindful of as you're moving throughout this weekend and you're having your conversations, right? Root chakra work or root chakra energy is also popping up here for this weekend. Now, you do know that root chakra controls your family, Root chakra also controls your money, right? Root chakra is your fight or flight energy, but this energy is also your instinct, stability, right? This energy is setting appropriate boundaries, okay? Trust. This is also ancestral energy when we're dealing with root chakra, okay? So being able to ground yourself, right? As you prepare for your legacy, or as you're creating your legacy, and you as an individual really need to understand what legacy and even what success means to you as you're moving throughout this energy, because success and legacy means different things to different people. So you definitely need to be more mindful of what those things mean to you, okay? The color red also deals with not just passion, but it also deals with warnings. It also deals with caution. All right. So you want to be mindful that you're just not being cautious and paying attention to the warnings on the spiritual realm, but also on the physical realm, because root chakra is grounded energy. Okay. Supporting that root chakra energy as you are dealing with legacy today, right? We do have authority. So that says to me that you're going to have to take some type of authority as you're moving throughout this energy. Okay. You're going to have to take authority over your, own stability, over your own money, right? You're going to have to take responsibility for what it is you're creating that's linked to the foundation of how you move. Root chakra is all about foundation. You're going to have to take authority over your foundation, whether it's your friends, whether it's your family, right? Whether maybe even it's your vocation or your job, right? There's some type of authority that you need to set, some type of boundary, some type of trust that you may need to take, maybe even talking to the ancestors within this energy, right? We do have that lunar eclipse coming up next week on the 8th, y'all. Next week is my birthday. Okay, great. Next week is my birthday. And that lunar eclipse is happening next week, and it's happening in Taurus, which I find very interesting because that is the opposite or the shadow side of Scorpio, right? So Scorpio's energy is all about your passions and your desires, and Taurus's energy is all about your stability in what you have, right? That's that Venus energy. So be mindful. This is what's on play right now. Okay, so you had the solar eclipse that was bringing things out to the forefront and showing you what you needed to take care of, right? That was happening in 8th house energy, Scorpio. Now we're having the lunar eclipse, the moon, right? That will be the emotional aspect, right? Not so much a logical aspect. The logical aspect would have been the sun's energy in Scorpio. Now you have the emotions that's driving that Scorpio energy happening in your lunar eclipse that's coming up on the 8th, right? So you do want to check your local time to see exactly when that's unfolding for you. But we have that lunar eclipse happening with that full moon. Okay, so be mindful of that as you're moving throughout the energy. So let's take a look at your messages and see what we have here. As you're moving throughout the weekend, right, you want to make sure that you're nurturing the things that needs to be nurtured, whether that's you taking a spiritual bath, whether that's you maybe turning off the TV, tuning down social media, right? Whether that's you loving on yourself or nurturing the relationships around you, all right? You need to be able to do that. Angels and masters, I really feel like for me, and this is just me personally, and we have master numbers just popping up all over the place, 3, right? And when we're dealing with the number 3, we're dealing with energy from the mental plane. 3 is the number that taps into the gateway of your imagination, right? So angels and masters balancing all of your chakra systems. But to me, what I'm hearing is opening up the portals to some of these chakra systems so you can begin to tap into that energy of mastery, angels, your guides, your ancestors, because it's really all locked up in your DNA, okay? So remembering who you are in this energy, remembering your truth, and if you're not familiar with what your truth is right now, it is time for you to sit down, to breathe, maybe even to write some stuff out and let some stuff go. The reason why you may be feeling a little heavy right now is because you are holding on to too much things, whether it's past failure, past hurt, past regret, past pain, whatever that is. It's a season for you to nurture yourself, learn the lessons, master your shit so you can let go and move forward, okay, in this energy. Allow this energy to guide you through that. I'm speaking personally for myself, because when you get to a place within your spiritual walk and something of the old comes back and you are still responding to it the same old way, that's an indication that you need growth. Okay. Okay. That is a indication that you will need some growth. That's an indication that you may still have some work to do. But if you can experience something and not react to it the same way that you did in the past, then you know you've been doing some healing work. Not to say it still won't hurt, but you've been doing some healing work, right? If what you're gonna find in this energy, if you're not able to let things go, you're gonna find that people are gonna be self-sabotaging themselves in this energy, right? Now, the selling out card means that you're creating your own mess in your life. So you can find that some people are literally creating their own mess, okay? So you need to be mindful of that. Whatever you are planting in this season, you do need to be aware that it is blossoming, whether it's fuckery, whether it is positivity, whether it is negativity, whether it is love, whether it's financial stability, whatever you are planting in this season, and you are consistent in watering that thing, right? Whether it's with your emotions, whether it's with your thoughts, or whether it's with your actions, that thing will grow. Okay, so just be mindful of that, okay? You are going to have to tap into gratitude as you are planting your seeds and tilling the ground and pulling your weeds out, okay? So the weeds could be other people's commentary that's not necessary, that's negative, that's not going to get you where you are. The weeds could be your insecurities because you haven't really dealt with something. The weeds could be you trying to be the people pleaser, right? So whatever your weeds are, make sure that you're tilling the ground, pulling the weeds out as you're giving gratitude, okay? You are and may have to tap into your masculine energy. We've been talking about the eyes of Horus now in last week's videos, right? And I explained to you the left eye of Horus is the masculine energy. This goes into logic, science, reasoning, right? So as you're moving throughout this energy, you're tapping into your intuition. Don't forget, your intuitive nature still needs to speak to your ego. It still needs to speak to your masculine side for you to be able to take actions and have the confidence to get things done, right? Didn't I say that? Or else you're going to be moving in fear. Okay, so that's important to know. If you are not using both parts of yourself, masculine and feminine, if you want to call it left brain, right brain, okay, whatever, the inner, the outer, okay, if you're not balancing those two worlds, you're going to be moving and making decisions in fear, all right? So the difference that's going to happen in this energy, especially look at this black and white, yin yang energy. It's a lot of balance that's happening here. Okay. Remember the differences, not just in you, but in other people. So that way you don't have to take things so personally as you are moving throughout this energy. All right. The only person in your way is you. I'm going to say that again. The only person that's standing in your way right now is you. Whether you're blocking yourself mentally, emotionally, physically. Other people may be playing the part, to exercise that blockage. But go in and change your mind about things. Go in internally and start to allow the change from within. And allowing the change can be something as simple as changing your perception about a thing. Because everybody's an individual. It's okay to be different. Remind yourself that it's okay for you to be different. It's okay for you to be an individual. That's the overall message, really. That's a message, really. Okay. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be different. Tap into your masculine energy, your logical side, so you don't have to move in fear, okay? Whatever you're planting is going to blossom in great gratitude, all right? And some people are giving gratitude in the opposite direction. Some people are giving gratitude because other people that they're trying to hurt is hurting, or they think they got one up on somebody, right? So some people are giving gratitude, but it's gratitude in the reverse. And whatever you're grateful for, you're going to get more of. So if you're grateful for, dysfunction and chaos, then you are going to get more dysfunction and chaos, because that's what's going to blossom. Don't create more problems from yourself that you need to in this energy. It is okay for you to be different. Stop self-sabotaging yourself, or stop hanging around with people that self-sabotaging themselves, and you feel that you got to pick them up and get them straight, so now that's taken away from you. It's time for you to let go. Remember who you are in this energy, right? But the only way that you can remember who you are is by mastering yourself and nurturing yourself. Now, let me just say this. Somebody cannot be consistently something that is not part of their nature. No matter how much they nurture a thing, if it's not part of their nature or their essence, eventually they're going to go back. They may come back over to the other side, but if it's not part of their essence, eventually it's going to go back. So please, okay, don't try to change people. You try to change you. Know that you're different. Ground yourself in this energy and take authority. Time to take your power back. You are different. It's okay to be different. It is okay to be different. It is okay to be different. Remind yourself that it's okay to be different. You're an individual, and that's okay. Right? Okay, my lovelies, y'all know the deal. You want to go ahead and do something kind for yourself. You want to love yourself, honor yourself. Have a wonderful weekend and really tap into this energy. Get still. Listen. Listen to the birds. Listen to the wind. Listen to your heartbeat. Right? It is okay to be different. That's your message this weekend. It's okay to be different. Okay? All right, my loves. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Okay? I will see you guys in next week's energy vibration. We got that lunar eclipse coming up on the 8th of November. And my birthday's next week, so I'm kind of excited about that too. All right, my loves. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye, guys.